Thank you, by the way. Thank you. The black pigment that we use, it doesn't go on very smoothly. It actually clumps really easily, which I imagine is, there has to be more stuff added to it to make that happen. But we're not cosmetologists or whatever, so we don't know how that. Is that the right word? I don't.
Should be at this point.
So using that, it's kind of the bigger areas that I think we apply it to. I don't know where you apply yours. You use the black pigment everywhere for black?
I use a snazaroo to outline the basic structure. And do you have a question?
Yeah. Where do you get the black pigment?
The internet. I don't think you can actually pick it up. You know what? I just made a patronism video, our Engineer Tier program, that shows off the label of it, but I can't remember what it is.
Is it on your Tumblr?
No, it's on one of our subscription-based Engineer Tier program things. I haven't posted it actually. I just took it today or yesterday. But if I do find out, I can't remember the name. It's not like a memorable name. It's kind of like generic black pigment stuff. But I can find. Send me an ask on Tumblr and I'll look up the name.
Thank you.
For you. But yeah, that stuff's kind of the more bigger areas, because the details you still use snazzer, right? Around your eyes especially.
Around my eyes I use the eye stuff, so that doesn't get into my eyes.
You use
black pigment stuff. You know,
liquid mascara around the eyes, and I use it on my eyebrows too, to use as a barrier against sweat and all that. So it holds up the best. You're still going to get sort of the wear and tear, but it's easier to just keep it in your purse or whatever and just get it back on there. But yeah, I mean the eyes are constantly being fatigued and the skin shows through. So you guys use the same. I can't remember I think it's a Mayron Details. Yeah, just a little black teardrop thing. I actually use a cheaper, I think, thing. These Revlon Color Stay pens, because they're not as messy. They're kind of like, that stuff is like liquidy and you kind of wait for it to dry.
Yeah, they use the hair dryers to make it dry.
Yeah, I like it to go on so I can just go it on. But I go through a lot of those. Those are like 7 months each. But I do that for the eyebrows as well as the eyes. So I think we kind of do that the same.
Yeah.
And then for you, what's the next step after you get the black on?
Actually, after I outline with snazaroo, I use the base color of bronze, and I fill in a lot of that, and then black is actually last after the silver highlights. So, and then I use the pigment on top of that. Also I make my mustache and my sideburns in the back of my hair orange with orange snazaroo.
We're actually we were worried when we saw. We did a lot of concept art, and he did a little like a preview for us, and we were like, are kids going to be? Are people going to be afraid because of orange hair and clowns? Is it going to be too clown-like and scary? But he tried some other stuff.
Well, you guys saw it in person. That's the thing. You're like, oh, well, this is so bad.
Yeah, and it looks great on the photos. It just works so well.
So yeah, Uncanny Valley. That's something you may or may not want to avoid, depending on if you want to be a creepy road or not. Prosthetics work too. I was contemplating. I was like, man, they have to put on makeup every day at the zoo. If only they could at least have part of their face, have like something that goes across their nose and cheeks or something. But it's just kind of weird. It's just easier to do the makeup thing right now.
Yeah, if we did prosthetics, which would be cool, we'd have to have them remade so many times. It'd probably last a month, depending on how many uses they went through. We don't have that kind of time. And we would, maybe in the future, if we had someone dedicated who could just keep making us prosthetics. You had a question?
Sam, how many hours a week do you spend trimming your facial hair?
Hours a week? I don't really log those in anywhere. Each day, well, I do have to trim it back I don't know, I let it get to this point where it gets like, man, this looks really dumb, and then I just trim it down. I think I use like the 8 or the 7 on the razor. I don't spend a lot of time. I guess I use mustache wax for being a robot.
It's not a brand name, it just kind of goes.
It's like, okay, guys, take all your earwax. Give me all your Q-tips. I'm gonna need a lot of them. I use it on my eyebrows as well because they're bushy too. And but yeah, I don't really trim it a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we've applied our black. We have some metallic stuff on our face, and our eyes are going good. Then I spend a lot of time doing detail work. For me, it takes like an extra 30 minutes or so. And the little rivets are a pain in the ass. And all the oxidization that comes first before all the other stuff. I start stippling on with a stipple sponge, just kind of vaguely, and then I refine it with a very fine. I just individually start doing it. I use two grains. I use a dark teal and then a light turquoise. And those together make some. It took like a couple of years of messing around with it, but that looks to me the most like oxidation, because it has a bunch of it's green, but people also see blue in it. Depending on your spectrum of eyesight, I guess. I don't know. It looks more green to me, but you put that blue in it a little bit with the turquoise, I think, and it just pops. So I use a dark teal and then a lighter turquoise on top, and then right around here, I use is it cyan or no? I'm gonna say sky blue because that's easier. So sky blue right here, and it just very subtly, just as if it's getting so oxidized that it's almost getting white, and that's obviously blending in with the sort of an eyeshadow. And then, a rabbit has these vents, like right there, that kind of look like eyelashes. And you got the nose.